There we go. Now just need some music. There it is. Okay. Hello and welcome once again to Superconnectivity. I'm your host, Charlie, the Professor Esser, and with me as always is...
Phil, Filmy, and Parrish.
Yes, the TA of our broadcast. Because I'm the professor, so you're the TA.
Oh, okay. TA, okay.
Well, get your mind out of the gutter, Phil. Although, yeah, that was intentional. Okay, so Philip, big news. Quentin Tarantino is here to save Star Trek from itself.
I mean, I know some people don't like the current direction of the movies, but I mean, shouldn't you be looking at that Discovery model before the movies?
Well, no one has seen Discovery, Phil.
True.
That's locked away in some ancient vault where no one can access without paying money, and it's like, who's going to pay that kind of money to see Discovery when you can see Orville for free?
I was going to say, speaking of Orville, did you see the season finale last night?
Yeah, of course I did. Oh, that was so good. Isaac is just an awesome character. I loved that. It was cool. It was perfect. It was. I mean, it's such good Trek.
Oh yeah.
You know. And honestly, to put it to you simply, this is why I think Tarantino is the right man for the job, because basically what has happened is Abrams crashed Trek. He ruined it. You know, it's all lens flares and style over substance. You know, same thing that happened with over in the DCEU, which we'll get to in a second as well.
And I mean, he did did Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I mean, do you really want the same guy, helming Star Trek and Star Wars? They're two different tastes.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I kind of like The Force Awakens, but
I'm not saying I don't like it.
At least you did something different. Yeah, I mean, I did not like the Star Trek movie. I like the original Star Trek the movie better than this Star Trek the movie, is what I'll tell you. V'ger at least was a Star Trek idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that I think is a really telling point about it, because the other thing that CBS is going to lock away in its vault, never to be seen on CBS Now or whatever it's called, is their rebooting of the Twilight Zone.
Really?
Yes. I was very excited when they said, and it'll be on CBS's streaming service. Oh, too bad that's never going to be seen.
I mean, I guess it's nice for some cash, but it's like, wouldn't you want to put that stuff on your? If they put that on the actual broadcast network, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, they actually
do a lot better.
They actually got whichever one did Get Out, Key or Peele. I forget who. I still don't. I honestly believe that's a Mandela for me. That's a Mandela effect for me, that I never know which one it is, because every time I think it's the one, it's the other. It's like, which 1940s copper penny is worth a lot of money? Every time I think I know, and then it's like, no, it was the other one. And then I get that one, and I go look again, and nope, it's the one you don't have. It's always the one you don't have. So I'm always switching between dimensions. You see, that's my thing. It's not that I don't believe in the Mandela effect. It's so much of the background noise of my life. There's an infinite number of Charlie Essers, and we're all just switching in each other's lives. We're like, okay,
the Mandela effect is the least of the chaos in your life.
Oh, please tell me about it. Anyway, but so it sounds great. It sounds awesome. Paywall, again, for one show, and not for nothing. And let me give you an example here. When Netflix did original content for Marvel, there was a lot of Marvel content that was contemporaneous to it. Okay, that I could say, okay, I like the Marvel movies. I'm loving Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is part of that same universe. It's worth the risk to buy in.
Yes.
CBS, they're like, okay, we're going to do a Star Trek, but it's not going to be tied into the original movies. Or it's not going to be tied into the original series. It's not tied into the new movies. It's its own thing. Is it going to be a Deep Space Nine? Is it going to be Enterprise? We don't know. and we never will. And that's its problem. But here's why, and I want to get back to this, here's why I think Tarantino is the right man for Star Trek. Because in the J.J. Abrams verse, he's kind of driven it off a cliff. He's gone into this weird place for it. And you can do two things. You can do what DC does, which is pull the wheel randomly and wildly, just saying, how do I get out of here? We don't know what we're doing. Or you can say, okay, we're in a skid. Remember my driver's safety lesson. When I'm in a skid, I turn into the skid so I can regain control of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And Tarantino's a guy who, let's be honest, he loves nostalgia. He loves canon and universe building. These are all the things that Trek needs. Plus, he knows how to walk through a dark and gritty world and tell a hopeful story. Think about, not Reservoir Dogs. Although Reservoir Dogs has its own positivity too, there's a lot of good in a lot of Tarantino's things. But you look at Pulp Fiction, you look at Marcellus's last lines, about this idea to go wander the earth like so much Kwai Chang Caine,
who was in one
he
of
knows
who was Kill Bill.
Oh yeah, but but this is the thing. He understands that in a world of darkness, what makes it good is that heroes find hope.
Yes.
You look at, and again, or bring hope, exactly. And this is what DC needs to understand too. We'll get to that in a minute. But the idea here is that Quentin Tarantino can turn into the skid, and he can right the ship because it. And yeah, it's going to be an R-rated, dark, gritty Star Trek. And he's not going to completely undo what has come before it, because he's going to have reference for the new canon. But what he's going to do is he's going to steer it in the right direction and say, let's have it be about hope. Let's have it be about building the Federation. And, and if nothing else, Jean-Luc Picard himself says he'll put on the skin tight onesie again, just to work with him. And my pitch for it, Tarantino, if you want to pitch for it, here's your pitch. You get the mirror Captain Jean-Luc Picard from the dark evil universe, and he comes in and finds the other universe in disarray and decides he's got to fix it because he's not in the right universe. And so you actually have Picard, but the evil Picard coming into the good universe to try to be its hero. Sort of like how when Kirk convinced Spock to use logic to convince the Empire, the Earthen Empire, or the Empire of Planets, or whatever they called it in the Mirror universe, to turn over a new leaf, which wound up with them getting trounced by the Cardassians, of course. But but they came back because Picard's got a ship, so he's obviously doing well. Mm-hmm. There's infinite universes out there, is my point. And I think Tarantino can really do something. I don't know. What do you think, Phil?
Well, did you see? I don't know where the interview was. I guess Patrick Stewart was doing an interview somewhere, and they asked him if he would ever come back to the X-Men franchise or Star Trek, and he said something like, this was before the Tarantino stuff. He was saying he wasn't going to come back. Then he was like, maybe he's like, if there was some kind of project where they brought in all the surviving actors from the various Star Trek franchises. I was like, oh, give us that movie. So even if you're going to set it how far past all the series, all the members of Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager.
That would be great. I mean, honestly, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see who all these people are in their other universes. And remember that last episode of Next Generation where they're, we have the anomaly that's moving backwards in time that we have to correct. And that's Trek.
Kind of like that future. I mean, set it, move it ahead, and it's it's 20 years or whatever in the future.
But the point is, that's Trek.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it Trek, is that it's this insane idea. But that insane idea is what happens. That's why I say, easier Trek than whatever that first Star Trek film was, or whatever they did with Khan.
Khan!
Yeah. Because, couldn't even hire a Mexican and be traditional for Khan, you know? No, get us the pastiest white guy to be Khan Noonien Singh.
There's only one Ricardo Montalban, my friend.
But you know what? You can get an Antonio Banderas, and Antonio Banderas makes a plausible Khan.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a plausible Ricardo Montalban. If they did Fantasy Island the movie, he could be a Ricardo Montalban type. And you know what? If we get Tarantino, we may get I've forgotten his name. I just said his name and I've forgotten his name.
Antonio Banderas?
Antonio Banderas is Khan. He'll just come back and says, "Why is this white man playing me?" You know, I don't know. Aren't you Doctor Strange? I don't know. But this is my thing. I think you need someone to turn into a skid, which is why, and here's my idea. Okay? Mm-hmm. You want to save the DCEU. You don't do what DC is doing, which is going, run away. We never meant to do that. We're not doing that at all. What are you talking about? Quit looking at us. Pay no attention to the men behind the curtains. They should say, okay, we did a dark, super stylistic film that nobody likes, or that a lot of people like, but it's not doing as well as it should be. Here's one that has freaking Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in it.
Yeah.
You know? And I think it was like, oh, it's doing just well. It's like, yeah, compared to a Thor film. You know? I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it's not like Thor is coming in there as everybody's favorite Avenger. It's like, no, I'm Thor Ragnarok. And like, yes, it's performing way better than it should be. This film should be doing better, and it's not. And that's why people are upset.
Executed properly, Justice League should do more money than any Avengers movie. Because like I said, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are more of a household name across the entire world than like Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow.
Yeah, I mean the biggest like commercial name in Avengers is freaking Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean that's it. We got Spider-Man, okay, you know, and people, I know who Spider-Man is, but everybody else is like, I think I have a vague recollection, but this is why DC needs to get Benicio del Toro to direct, to be their visionary for the rest of DCEU for right now, because he knows how to take big, dark spectacle and tell a story. I think Snyder, he's great at big, dark spectacle. And if all you want is a big, dark spectacle, he's fine, you know. When you're doing 300, where there's not that much of a story in it to start with, it's like, that's great, that works, Well,
I mean, we had this discussion online the other day. I mean, that's what I said. The whole they tried to Batman the whole universe. The whole universe shouldn't be that dark. That Batman dark.
Well, but the thing is, it's not that they tried to Batman it. It's that they Batmaned it poorly.
Yes, that too.
I mean, that's the thing. Because, like I said, everyone's talking about, Infinity War. Look how dark and ominous it is.
But it's in the daytime.
And it looks just like every other film. Because stylistically, it's the same. But what is dark and ominous is the story. It has a heavy, difficult story that we're going to tell with these brightly costumed characters.
Plus, you have to know your characters like the MCU knows their characters. It's like, that's what I'm saying. They tried the kind of Batman dark, Man of Steel, and Superman's supposed to be the complete opposite of Batman. He's supposed to be the bright, shiny.
Yeah, but like I said, that's not the problem. The problem
that's part of the problem.
Well, I mean, it is part of the problem. But here's what I'm going to say: you do a Superman in a dark universe. And he's the light in the dark universe, which is what I think he's supposed to be in that. He's the light in the dark universe. So the universe is dark and scary, and it is this stylized world. But Superman comes in, he's going to be the light and the savior. Mm-hmm. But this is why I say I think Benicio del Toro is the kind of guy that can create a DCEU in the same way that I think that Tarantino is going to be able to create a Star Trek U that's going to take what has already been done and doesn't throw it away. Which is that's DC's problem. They just want to throw it away.
Right.
I mean, they can just give it all to Patty Jenkins. She did good.
Yeah,
and maybe Patty Jenkins is the one to actually save the day. I mean, I'm fine with if they decide to do that. But I'm saying if you want like someone that we can say, oh, here's whose style meets it, I'd say Benicio del Toro.
That's their other big problem. They're rushing. They want to be Marvel, who Marvel is now, and Marvel took 9 years to get at least 9 years to get where they're at right now.
Well, exactly. And let's not forget Ang Lee's Hulk.
Exactly. And
then the Incredible Hulk.
They had some missteps, but did they change direction? Not really. No.
No, they didn't. They didn't even completely disavow. They turned into it. That's what you got to do. You got to turn into the skid. That's how you solve it. In many ways, Ang Lee. The problem with Ang Lee's Hulk is the exact same problem with all of Snyder's DCEU films, which is that he's putting this style that he wants to tell over telling the story.
Mm-hmm. But no, the whole Snyderverse. No, what I meant about the Batman Dark, everything is like everything has that same dark, gritty tone. That's another strength of the MCU, is everything is its own flavor. Like Winter Soldier was the spy thriller, Guardians of the Galaxy is their Star Wars, Star Trek, space thing.
Well, exactly. And to that extent, DC kind of thought of a good idea and then completely ran away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that they might, this is the rumor, and if they actually were to embrace this, I'd say, yes, that is brilliant, is they're actually not building towards a DC superhero universe. They're building towards the Legion of Doom film.
That's fine. As long as the writing and stuff is there, it's fine.
But that's the idea, is that you introduce all these different villains. We've already introduced Lex.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a little bit, he's a Chihuahua Lex, but you know what? You can turn into the Skid. Mm-hmm. You can turn into this kid with sort of like, with sort of a Jeff Goldblum-y Lex. Goldblum plays his characters always a little bit, because you can see his mind is like 6 steps ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's in that little bit of a silly place. And you can do that with a Lex. And that's how you build that. And you build up that Legion of Doom. And then you'll know our big film is Legion of Doom. And you have that big Darth Vader mask building. Because everyone loves the Darth Vader mask. You can't get away with doing Legion of Doom without that. They even put it in that Super Friends reboot they did in the 90s. What was that called? Justice League Unlimited or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. But speaking of cartoons, let's get to the big news. Marvel Rising. Okay. Obviously, it's only big news to me. So Marvel's next big animated film, it's called Marvel Rising Secret Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
It stars Ms. Marvel, Quake, Spider-Gwen, who's being called Ghost Spider. Ooh. Squirrel Girl, Captain Marvel, and probably some other people too. But here's like the big mystery around it right now. Chloe Bennett is going to be voicing Quake in Marvel Rising Secret Warriors. Her name is Dove Cameron, is voicing the Spider-Gwen character. And then Dove Cameron, without a name for her character on IMDb, is going to be in the second half of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this season. And so this got a lot of people thinking, And I'm going to tell you this. I went to IMDb. Do you know what Dove Cameron look, or Cameron Dove? Is it Dove Cameron? No, it's Cameron Dove. It's Cameron Dove. Last name is Dove. It's weird because you would think like Dove would be the first name and Cameron is the last name, but no, it's the other way around. But Cameron Dove, what she looks like?
I remember I saw a picture of her with Phil Coulson. She's a blonde. She's a little
blonde girl. She looks like Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're gonna get Spider-Gwen in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because we've got deals. We got deals in the works. Spider-Man. We're friends with them now.
Is that included in that Spider-Man MCU deal, or do they have to make like a new deal with that?
Well, it's possible that Spider-Gwen isn't even in the original Sony deal, and that may be why she's called Ghost Spider. Because it's one of these things where it might be just close enough for government work, and so they're like, oh no, she's not Spider-Gwen. What? No, that's Ghost Spider. No. You see, you're confused because Spider-Gwen's costume is pink. Her costume is puce. You see, it's a completely different look there.
Or they make it like black and white or something.
No, something like that. I don't know. But that's the thing. And so we might be getting a Spider hero in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that excites me, if for nothing else, then I really feel like the long-standing feud between Marvel TV and Marvel Cinema is over.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone's being friends now. That doesn't mean that Phil Coulson's going to be in the Avengers or they're going to do these crossovers. No, they're still going to be in their own universes. But I get the feeling that they're more willing to let things move, let bigger characters come into the TV universes, and maybe someone will get to do a guest spot, do a cameo, get a last minute scene and something in a movie, just for fun, just to give the fans what they want. But I get the feeling like they're talking and they're friendly again.
Mm-hmm.
It's because at the end of the day, that's the whole point of having Disney run it, is that you can have your little bitter squabbles, and then eventually Disney says, "You're hurting my profits. Stop it. Don't make me come down there, young men." And to that extent, the great DC Marvel Fox contract is now in the fine print stage. Yes, for those of you who aren't nerds, this is our royal wedding. This is like for all of you who are all about Merkel and Harry, and they go, "Oh, what did he do?" This is like, "Oh, what does the fine print say? Oh my goodness, are they keeping the X-Men? Is it going to be a contiguous universe?" But this is our royal wedding. Although there's one thing I wanted to say about the Merkel marriage with Prince Harry. Everyone keeps on talking about, "Oh, that means Prince Harry's kids could run for president." It's like, yeah, but also Prince Harry's wife could run for president.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that. Maybe he becomes the first dude to President Merkel. She's socially active, and she's going to be in the world of politics now because she's got to go be an ambassador and stuff. Because that's some stuff you have when you're in the royal. Is like you don't get to be a royal for nothing. You got to go around and issues and raise awareness and be this whole political figure without a vote.
Kiss some hands, shake some babies.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. And so she could come back to the States as, Princess Merkel, and she could run for president.
Maybe.
And America, we love them royals.
They're
gonna vote her right into the White House. You watch.
Hey, it's getting closer. I mean, we have a foreigner for a first lady, so yeah.
Well, she's not a foreigner. She's an American. It'd be just another foreigner first lady, except it'd be the first dude. I mean, he's technically a prince, but he's like second in line. It's not like he's gonna be king someday.
First Harry, dude.
He's the spare. Well, he's the dude. He's the royal dude. That's his job. He's the spare. He's not the heir. But yeah, so that's that whole thing. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. Phil, what are you excited about? Does that excite you at all?
Oh yeah, I mean, and already I can't tell you how many times in the last 2 days I've seen the headline, "Oh, could this deal lure Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine?"
Yeah, probably. But honestly, I mean, he already did his Old Man Logan. Yeah, I don't think we want any older men Logan.
You're not, but you're gonna have Disney money then. You could CGI some wrinkles, buddy.
Oh yeah. Oh no, you can. No, I mean certainly because they're aging up and aging back. Everybody, they did teenage Robert Downey Jr. I always call him Morton Downey Jr. They did teenage Robert Downey Jr. again. Yeah, they can totally go back and redo it. Yeah, they do that with poor old Peggy Carter or Haley Atwell every week, putting the little glue on her face so that she can. We're gonna make you old. Let's make you young again. Let's make you a teenager. Let's do this.
All right, here's a question. If the whole deal goes through, do you drop Deadpool into the MCU?
Oh, I think at some point you have to.
Yeah, but I mean he's very, very rated R, shall we say?
That's fine. Disney can do a rated R film.
I know, but I'm just saying. I mean the rest of the MCU right now it's PG-13, but it's not R.
Yeah, but okay. First off, as I've said before, you can do Deadpool in a G-rated film. You just have to have him acknowledge it and be annoyed by all of his limitations.
Mm-hmm.
But the counterpoint is that even if you don't do that, you can have him in an R-rated film. You can have him doing his thing. And what you'll do, here's what I'll tell you. Here's what you're going to do if you actually do have Deadpool in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Is you're going to have him meet Gwenpool. And you're going to have that cross-universal, what universe are we in thing here, Because honestly, that was the most amazing scene in Gwenpool when Gwenpool faced Deadpool. And, she was using her basic, self-awareness powers to alter the universe. And then all of a sudden Deadpool said, you just did it and you clicked my brain and now everything changes because I've actually been doing this way longer than you have, sweetheart. And so that was great. And that's, and you're going to interact with that and you get Howard the Duck in there, which was great in the Deadpool. What was that? 500th issue or whatever episode issue that was.
Whatever one that was, yeah. Yeah.
After Deadpool takes over the Infinity Gauntlet and is ruling the universe and just Howard the Duck just walks right out. And says, because I was you before you were you, buddy.
Oh, you know what movie I want?
What?
The Deadpool Rocket Raccoon road trip movie.
Oh, yeah. With Deadpool the Duck? Oh, no, that was a different one. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, there was when they did Deadpool the Duck and, because Deadpool gets merged with Howard the Duck and then they hang out with Rocket Raccoon. That was classic. Although I did like when they were captured by the Collector and then you got the owned the female version of themselves for them to mate with.
Oh, Charlie, we might be getting a good Fantastic Four movie.
They had a dream. And you know what Chris Evans said?
He wants that Captain America Human Torch team-up movie.
Yes. And and immediately, that's the thing, is like he did that as a joke, and immediately people said, well, he'd be a perfect guy they'd do great to do a World War II set one, where he was the original Human Torch. And they said, why does he look like me? It's like, he's a perfect human, so we modeled him after you.
Evans went, I'm not going to do twice the work.
Yes. Guy's got to watch what he says. Although, interestingly, speaking of weird, crazy ideas, so they're like kind of talking about maybe making Batman the Black Widow of the DCEU.
Because they're going to get his own solo movie?
Not going to get his own solo movie, but he's going to be in everybody else's films. And we're going to have the Batfleck going from film to film as the glue that holds everybody together. And I think that might be a good use for Batman.
You think so? Because in the last, since '89, how many Batman movies have we gotten? Like 7, not counting Batman versus Superman. We got there's been 7 Batman movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe
only one with and only 2 with Robin. So
maybe let him. Maybe use him to maybe introduce some new characters.
Were there 2 with Robin? Robin was in this.
He was in the one.
Because he was with because it was Mr. Freeze. Yep. Same Robin, different Batman.
Same Alfred through all 4 of those.
Yeah, well, he's an old British man. It's like, this is the only job I can get. I buttle in movies. And but hey, good. And of course now Alfred's not as old anymore and much more of a Green Beret, because that's what Green Berets do. They retire and then they make penny force.
That seems to be the direction of our era. They're just de-aging Alfred and Aunt May, man. They're racing.
Yeah, but can we just say for a moment that clearly the Waynes were really cheap? Just insanely cheap, because basically they hire Alfred because he's a bodyguard guy
to do everything.
Was it? Alfred, why don't you do all the cooking and cleaning too? Me, because I'm the world's greatest killer and I'm here to protect you and your family. No. You cook and clean. I'm going to take my kid out to go see a movie, okay? We're just going to cut through
Dark Alley.
Suicide Alley, But you stay home and cook. Guy, we're paying to murder people so they don't murder us. You stay home, cook and clean. I'm going to take my son and wife through the most crime-ridden part of Gotham because it's going to save us a few minutes getting to the car. And you know what? Because he wanted to get on the street parking. The Waynes are cheap.
How do you think you make a fortune? How do you think you make a fortune? You don't spend money.
Well, yeah. Cheaper than Scrooge McDuck is what I'm saying here. Yeah, but really think about that. It's like, we hired this Green Beret to be our protector, but he's not there when we actually need him. Mm-hmm. We're going to go to the movies in the grittiest part of Gotham. But you stay home. I want those croissants. I want that spino dough so thin. So thin, Alfred.
So, I mean, I don't know if you saw Gotham last night, but you have time to catch up because it was their mid-season finale, and all they said is it comes back in the spring, so they're taking another long break. So,
yeah, no, Tristan actually watched it, and I didn't get the chance because I had to run out for something. But he was like, he was so excited because Jerome's back apparently.
Yeah, at the end, Penguin gets locked up, and he meets Jerome. So,
yes, and he says, and they had the Joker in it. They put the Joker in it this time. So, yay, Joker. Tristan's very excited about the Joker return.
So yeah, it said returning in the spring, so I'm assuming that's not at least until March.
Yeah. And Tristan's a real active fan of Gotham, so he was very excited because I actually gave him the choice: do you want to watch Big Bang Theory or do you want to watch Gotham? He said Gotham, hands down. Wasn't even talking about it.
Nice.
He wants his Gotham. He wants Grundy too, but he loves that there are Jokers in there too.
Oh, go watch that tonight because Tabitha tied up. Grundy, and she was smacking him in the head trying to get Butch to come back out.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't work that way, Tabitha.
And then, no, it looked like it didn't work, and she walked away. And she's like, "Oh, I tried, sorry." And she gives one kiss, and then after she walks away, he's still sitting there tied up, and he looks at himself in a puddle on the ground, and he's like, "It's Butch's voice." He goes, "What the hell happened to me?"
Bum bum bum. I am looking forward to whatever they do with my Grundy. This is good. I mean, it amazes me how many shows that people have been so hateful on. They're so good this season. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. really good. Had a good end of last season. Opened strong. Gotham is fantastic right now. I think Legends is doing great this season.
Mm-hmm.
I think Legends, and I think Crossover on Earth X really the Legends came into their own. And there was a great bit recently where someone was saying that, they should put Wally West on Legends.
Oh, yeah. People have been calling for that for a while, yeah.
I know. And it made me sit there and say, well, we did just lose the black guy.
And they're really not using him on the Flash this season that much. Yeah, put him on Legends.
And then they have a guy who can actually time travel on his own.
Exactly.
So he can actually come and save people when the ship gets destroyed or lost or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually gives them a guy who can actually deal with. I know Thwain. How do you pronounce it? Thwain?
Who? What?
Thawne? Yeah.
They reverse Flash Thawne? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah, they have a guy that can actually deal with that. That's cool. And put Wally West on Legends of Tomorrow. He should be a legend. Although we do have Lilith's favorite guy now on Legends. So now me and Lilith can talk about Legends. So that'll be fun.
New Constantine?
Yes.
I think he's just there for an episode or two. I don't think he's finished.
No, I think he's regular.
Oh, really?
I believe so. From what I was reading, it sounds like he's an actor. I'm a British actor in an American television show. Yes, I would like to be paid. Thank you.
Yeah, but I thought Lilith or somebody was saying he was doing other things too. That's why he doesn't do John Constantine as much. Although they might, because CW, I think sometime next year they're putting out an animated on their CW CDAP.
You can tell none of you guys are actors. It's you'll pay me to show up and act. Okay, yes, I'll do that. That sounds good. Yes.
Well, he's doing an animated Constantine for CW, and he's doing the voice. So yeah,
of course you got it. It's a gig, man,
and
it's probably a really good gig.
And I mean, who's his competition for live action Constantine? Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't be so. People really like him now because he did that John Wick thing.
Oh, yeah.
People like the Wick, so, so that's that. Have to talk about to Lilith. Is Lilith with us tomorrow?
Yes. Birthday girl, okay. Lilith Hellfire.
Because, I wish her, I declared a truce with her as my arch nemesis for this day. But tomorrow the truce ends.
Oh, take it easy. I'm sure she'll be hungover tomorrow.
Yeah, so that's when I strike.
Probably have a birthday dinner right now.
Yes, so am I.
Birthday apple juice.
One for Lilith.
One for my homies.
Yeah. Oh, you don't spill the beer, man. Homies should have drank it while they was alive. That's my motto. Should have drank more while you were alive. Maybe if you wouldn't be dead now, would you, homie?
Oh, jeez.
Instead of having a beef with someone, maybe should have just stayed home, had a drink, relaxed. Okay, that's going to give us some cards and letters, I'm sure. Okay, did we cover everything?
No, I can't believe you forgot that your last topic.
Oh, which was? Backcasting.
Doctor Strange into...
Yes. Marvel has returned to us, and not some crazy half-dead century, but the actual Bob Reynolds, who's been hiding out on the top of Mount Everest. At the end of the last issue of Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange, he's climbing up the mountain and meets and not for nothing, man. There's never been a moment to make you say, oh, Bob Reynolds is totally Frank from Bayonne. You know, I mean, because it's like he's just sitting there and it's just like this little 1950s house, you know, and he's mowing the lawn on top of a freaking snow-covered mountain. It's like, oh, you are so an insane beyonder.
Yeah, but didn't Doctor Strange say that's all in his head, though?
Well, he says it's all in his head. Yes, it is all in his head. But it was all in the Beyonder's head, too.
Mm-hmm.
When the Beyonder took the form of Steve Rogers, that's all in his head. He's a Beyonder. He doesn't have a form.
So that's my question. How is he still alive? Did Doctor Strange or someone fake his death? Is he the Beyonder, or perhaps post-Secret Wars? Did Reed Richards bring him back?
Well, actually, Franklin would have brought him back.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Frank from Bayonne's best buddy, Owen Reese, brought him back.
Ooh.
Remember, here's the thing to remember in this. Owen Reese is doing all the heavy lifting. Just like when Dr. Doom was like, I rule this universe. It's like, well, technically you don't. Technically the Molecule Man is doing all this. You just have him doing it for you. You know, which is just, you know, it's kind of funny because you get that scene in there, essentially just before that, when Thanos goes up to Dr. Doom, says, I am Thanos. I have wielded the Infinity Gauntlet. And, you know, Dr. Doom says, do you have the gauntlet now? Says, no, but it will not matter. And he says, apparently he does. And he rips out his spine. You know? Because Doom's a god. But then when Doom goes to fight Richards, and Doom is like, why is nothing happening? It's because Molecule Man says, nope.
Mm-hmm.
You have no power, Doom. I'm the one who gives you power. That's why you haven't been able to fix your face, because I won't do that for you. I'm not going to be your friend, you know? And so because he never brought him pizza. No, he never brought him. Actually, he wanted pizza, but Miles brought him a hamburger, and that was fine. Where was the hamburger? It's a skin-tight outfit. Bendis. Oh. Actually, that wasn't Bendis. That was, I don't know. Anyway, but the Sentry's back, so that's good. And then, of course, you know, Doctor Strange makes him turn into the Sentry again, which is also one of those things that makes you go like, oh, Doc, really? Because of course, Bob's like, I can't be the Sentry, because if I become the Sentry, then the Void comes back.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, that won't happen. Not at all. Not gonna. It's like,
oh, remember remember when we were trying to figure out who Voyager is, and you were saying, oh, maybe it's the Sentry because the costume looked the same.
Uh-huh.
The Sentry's daughter. He was married.
It could be. He was married. He could have had a kid. Yeah. I mean, anything is possible. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I still like the episode of Age of the Sentry where he met the Centress, which was Ms. Marvel. Because no one ever explained why they had the same logo on their chest. Why does Ms. Marvel have a big S on her chest? Where does that come from? Is that the S from the Miz? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, yeah. So that's that. Yeah. So I mean, it's exciting. The Sentry's back. We'll see what happens. It was like it was the teaser at the end of the. It was the teaser at the end of the book.
Mm-hmm.
It was the after credits scene, which is something that they're doing now in the comic books. We had an after credits scene in Avengers this week.
And did you see the last page of Doctor Strange? What it said next issue is?
No pictures. What did it say? What?
All it was words. It said the Sentry versus Asgard.
Oh, again. They're just redoing all the classics, man. Siege 2.
It's Marvel Legacy. We do it all again.
Yes. But that's not a legacy. That was like, 4 years ago? That was...
yeah, well, how long's the Sentry been around? Like 10, 11 years?
No, well, that's true, too. Yeah, well, no, Sentry's been around since the beginning. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
And, but what's great about that is that you see them playing with that sliding time in the Sentry, because they go back, and it's the 60s when he's there. When it's the 60s, it's the 60s. And then suddenly it's, no one ever mentions it, but Vidra's doing a Sentry, and now the Sentry's coming into the story. What happens next, people? This is why Marvel is doing so well. And who knows what's going on over at DC? No one reads those books.
Bendis.
Yeah, good luck with that, DC. Okay, so that was that. One thing I did want to mention, because Phil, what do you think about this? In Justice League, they make a point. Batman says, Wonder Woman says to Batman, eventually you're going to be too old for this, and Batman says, I'm already too old for this, or something along those lines.
Danny Glover's it, yeah.
Yeah, he totally Danny Glover's it. And we got a Nightwing movie coming.
Mm-hmm.
Nightwing winds up in the Batsuit at the end.
I told you that then, getting a young enough actor.
We're doing it for the audience now.
Yeah, get a young enough actor, and you squeeze out a couple Nightwing movies, then you can kill off your Batman, and he can take over.
You don't have to kill off Batman. Why do you want to kill people, Phil?
It's Batman. He's not going to give up unless he's dead. You're not going to pry that cave. The only way you're prying that cave away from him is from his cold dead hand.
Tell that to Terry McGinnis. Yeah. I just canned your butt. There we go.
But that Bruce Wayne was so old and infirm, he couldn't throw a punch without having a heart attack.
Well, yeah, I mean, even in his Superman killer armor, and he's like, I can't do this.
Oh, yeah, put strain on his heart, yeah.
He's old! You die, Batman, you die now. But at least you got married to Catwoman and had a nice, happy life. And gave birth to the new Batwoman. Yay. Yeah, it was sad, yeah. But we don't actually see him die. So,
Oh, but what? Before we go, who I do want to shout out to this week episode of The Secret History of Comics. It was all about Milestone Comics, and guess who? One of the people discuss who they showed talking about it.
The great David F. Walker.
That's right.
Yes, friend of the show. He got very mad because someone tweeted at him, "You said you were a black creator, but I thought you were biracial. How can you? Why are you? And it's like, dude, and honestly, yeah, really, my friend, don't ever question someone's affiliation in that way. He is black because you know what? He's black enough.
That's how he identifies.
Yeah, well, exactly. And it's like, oh gosh, I mean, it was painful. Just the idea that someone actually went there, and it's like, oh boy. Okay, but yes, no, David F. Walker was on it, and that is awesome because David F. Walker is awesome.
I almost felt like we were important because David F. Walker was on this week. Last week, Carter Andrews was on there, who I talked to before. So I'm like, wow, two people.
Obviously, Phil, they listen to our show like everyone does. You can't always believe what the numbers say because sometimes they download it and then they just bootleg us around the bullpen.
Multiple people listen to one download.
Yeah. All the great ideas are coming from these two guys. Write this down.
AMC, I'm willing to be on an episode.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Or whatever you're paying Chris Hardwick for doing Talking Dead, I'll do it for half.
I'll do it for twice that.
What, twice of my half?
Yeah, twice of something. I don't know. Anyway, So that's that. Phil, if anyone would like to write to you in that old-fashioned email way or any other way, if they'd like to get in touch with you, how can they do so?
If you would like to offer us jobs or do an interview or send us knock jokes, we can get a hold of me personally, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I am @nightwingpdp. And the Capes and Lunatics, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. And for any of our shows, the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES.
Which is the really old-fashioned way our Moz and Paz once used. Okay, and of course, if you'd like to follow me on the Twitters, I live tweet things, which I sometimes do, including, hey, I guess tonight, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yay, they're back. At Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEsser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle for quality. And of course, write to me in an old-fashioned email way where our Moz and Paz wants to. That's superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. Thank you for connecting with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please super connect with us again. Well, we're under an hour. I want to do a half hour, but under an hour is good too.
You're fine.
I hope so.
People crave your words.
Goodness knows I produce enough of them.
Hey, you're a wordsmith. Someone should hire you for this stuff. DCEU. Bring the team in.
I'll fix it for half of whatever Benicio del Toro is charging.
Famous last words.